So Anthony, thanks for doing this video testimonial. The reason I wanted to ask you on was you were probably one of the largest businesses represented on the Online Sales Academy. So I'm interested in what was attractive about the Sales Academy for you as a managing director of a fairly large business.
Yeah, I think for me, Nick, the timing of it was perfect for where my particular headspace was. I worked for you a number of years ago, and I think just basic habits of detail and really trying to reestablish, right, for me personally to get out there and try and do something at an incredibly difficult time. It was just absolutely perfect timing. Obviously, I've worked with you in the past and watched you post. So I was pretty confident you were going to do some really good content. So it was almost perfect for that. So it was just to reharness the skills that I thought I had a lot of years ago, and I thought, well, maybe some habits crept in, or just to remind myself.
Okay.
Some basic principles around the course.
Okay, and did the content deliver against what your perceived objectives were then?
Yeah, I think out of the sessions, there was 3 or 4 which really struck out as something I wanted to get into, whether it's to do with content, about pitching, about telephone, that type of thing. But actually going back to the basics of around the area of what you stand for, the why, and the how and the what was really good. So some were incredibly on message and on point, and some not so. But even to get the recordings afterwards was really valuable.
Excellent. You're going to get that across a program with sort of 9 modules, where some are more relevant than others, I guess. What was your overall take on it then? What would you say to somebody who might be a bigger business, with a sales team, considering, the Online Sales Academy either as a whole or as a, sort of a dip in, dip out program?
I think I tried to encourage a couple of my senior people here to go on it, and one tried and one struggled for what reasons, I'm not quite sure. But I think because I knew of you and that the referral was already there in my head, it was a go-to. So sometimes looking at, a referral will be a really good point to get someone in a high sales position to do it, because there's so much online content. In actual for me, I thought it was pitched as relevant to me as it was to many others on that course, especially listening to the feedback during the course where people were looking at. So I think it covered quite a wide spectrum of people, but to try and get others sort of senior management people on it, referrals will probably be my best approach to go with that.
Okay, that's good advice. I appreciate that. And last but not least then, the delivery mechanism of sort of 1-hour sessions. We did the open course over about 2.5 weeks, every other day virtually. Did an hour work for you as a busy sort of business owner?
I would say planning an hour was fine. It was easy. In fact, I would say trying to keep it to an hour was probably your biggest challenge, and you did so quite well, actually, I have to say. What I tended to find, it took around about another hour afterwards to follow up on the actions from what you learned. So I always tried to schedule 2 hours on it, really, for me, because I wanted to do something with it. It wasn't just to sit here and listen. I wanted to be proactive with the content I was looking for.
Good stuff. Well, I really appreciate you attending. I really appreciate your support for the program, and thank you for doing the video testimonial. And I'll hopefully see you again very soon.
No, not a problem there. And thank you for putting it on. It was of great use to me.
Thank you. Cheers, Anthony.
Thanks, Nick.
Cheers.